It's the time to get down.
That was a good one.
Technical. Good morning, everybody. Technical, who calls me to go? I hit the wrong button, but what can I say? It's all good. Good morning.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
That's your
Let's get
fault,
down on the
distracted me.
good news train. Have your morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Get the 311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
I want to please ask your forgiveness for that introduction. See, this is what happens when I try to interact with our viewership while running all this stuff. So I have to laugh, you guys. I know you're cracking up too. But it's wonderful because, hey, it's morning coffee, it's Monday, and some of you have been joining in since earlier. And I want to thank you for being here. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, a bunch of you guys. A bunch of people have been logging in, so we want to say hi. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, busy weekend for us here at Pack Stereo because Politicon has been here in Los Angeles, and so we're busy ramping up. Vic and I are constantly going over the new stuff that's coming up, and it suddenly occurred to me that thanks to very good friend of mine, Lachelle Sargent, we had those VIP passes, and we're there at Politicon, and so we got a chance to experience the whole environment, and also it was the opportunity for Pack Stereo to actually report on it, Vic. So, Vic kind of inspired me a little bit to do a little more, as he so often does with these things.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Take a look here, Vic. Here's a picture. This is from my Facebook. Let me see if I can get it up there. We're having all these screen things.
Oh, yeah.
But here's my Facebook. See, this is me and Baby Trump.
Yeah, that's... I don't know, man.
That's Baby Trump and I at Politicon. And Politicon, let me digress for a minute just to let you know, for those of you who aren't so. Politicon is maybe the biggest cross-platform political event of the year. Essentially, all the media, MSNBC, CNN, Fox, here you can take a look as their screen as they put the people back on here. TYT, all the networks are up there, and they're part of it. And so we had an opportunity, Pack Stereo, to represent independent internet television, Tucker Carlson. And so my good buddy, Mel Bonte, and I went down there.
Okay.
To the convention. And I want to say it was a remarkable event.
Well, it all depends on, to me, it all depends. Well, I already know it's wonderful. But did you go down there as Mario, Pack Stereo, producer, fan? Which one hit you? Because, you go down there with an intent. Sometimes you come away saying, oh, let me put this away. Now I can engage in this from a different perspective.
Yeah, I went there kind of like as the old dude to check out the intelligent babes.
You know what? Okay.
I kind of went there as
don't reduce it.
I kind of went there as the old dude going down there to check out the...
Wow.
What, hey, listen, wait, think about it. Now, I am a man, heterosexual male, and thank God I still have a little bit of the energy flowing. But for me, Vic, since you brought it up, what other venue do you get a chance to see and meet this quality of woman? Now let me qualify that. For a guy like me to get a woman whose head is in the politics like this, see that's heaven. See, we love that. to find an intelligent, political, conscious woman to have a meeting of the minds. So, Vic, part of my thing is I have a fantasy about meeting newscaster women.
Okay.
You know, it's just one of them. It's just one. But intelligent women. So I went down there, and let me tell you something, too, now that you got me started on this. When you get down there, they're dressed a whole different way. There was a bunch of them that was bringing it.
Okay.
They was fine.
Yeah.
And then they at Politicon.
Okay.
They're at Politicon. I mean, have you guys thought about that? What would you expect going to Politicon? Now, so yeah, I did think about Paxton represent, because I did. I went and looked at the topics. Emel and I both went and looked at, and Vic, they didn't even give out a map, nothing. They didn't even have a pamphlet. They had an app, and they told everybody download the app.
I like that.
So not a handout.
I love that
not a
approach.
Flyer, not a brochure. I'm telling you guys,
okay.
be prepared next time you go to conference. Not a handout, not a flyer, nothing.
What was South
Get the
by
app.
What was South by Southwest? How did they do it?
At least they had a flyer or something.
Didn't need it. Scan it. See, are you living in the past?
I'm you know, because, well, here, hey, Vic, we use
man?
more of it than anybody else we know. We use more of it than most of the kids. So
yeah.
we do. I mean, us. So,
right. No, I got
but,
you,
you
man.
know, but there's a part of me that I'm just, remember, I said this when I would buy electronic equipment and they stopped giving me a manual.
Right.
First, then they started giving you a disc.
Right.
Then they started with download. Then they started giving you a card that says, go here and download it yourself and print it out yourself.
Do you need, for example, you think most of the video game players go in and say, let me just go ahead and work this, figure it out, I'll navigate, or do you think they need a manual of instructions on how to play the video game? Video game players.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say, man.
Trying to say I'm slow?
I'm
I have slow areas, like everyone.
What you trying-
Don't think that I'm just a whiz. I know to maintain this quaff
Hey, look.
and run this equipment. You probably think that I'm gifted in other areas, but I too, like you, have my challenges. And so, as Vic so rightly points out,
I'm just saying, man. Because here's the thing that okay, see, you know I'm going to ask you, since you went there, where's the proof, man, with the pics, man?
okay. All right, so wait a minute. Okay, so I posted some stuff
There you go.
on Facebook.
Okay, now.
Okay, so,
No, we don't want to see no balconies, and we don't want to see no pamphlets.
oh man, that's
Don't want to see
that's jacked up because that's not, okay, first of all, I had to maintain my battery power. You know, battery power is an issue today, and I had 3 phones and a tablet on me.
You only need 2 or 3.
I had 3 phones and a tablet. Okay, can I give you the, okay.
Yes,
Here's
yes.
the highlights.
That's good.
The highlights are Kathy Griffin
Okay.
and Michael Avenatti. I'm looking at it right now on Facebook.
All right.
Joy Reid in her panel,
Okay.
which had Jason Johnson and a number of other folks
Right.
on it. There was also, there's a picture from Joy Reid's panel. See, that's a picture from Joy Reid's panel.
Okay, we're getting closer now.
So,
See, I'm only
so
trying.
you want to see some videos of me walking in and shit?
No. See, what I'm doing is
Dennis Rodman was the best thing.
okay. No, don't say that. Don't say it.
I mean, not the best thing. The most, okay, well, you just, okay.
You
we
just
watched
told me
that.
what the best thing is.
You were laughing.
I'm
See,
laughing.
Dennis Rodman.
She was
See, you guys,
Try.
he's crazy. He's literally crazy.
Try.
So watching him on the panel, it wasn't even a panel. It was just him and Toure.
Did they have a?
Toure to pronounce how you pronounce his name.
Was anybody taking like selfies and stuff like that?
I have a video of it.
Okay, good.
You want to see a piece
Well,
of it?
see, the reason why I'm saying that is
Okay, here's Dennis. You want to see which one? What do you want?
No. I'm taking your lead on the thing that most impacted you the most.
Okay, well, that's different. I'm saying Dennis Rodman was funny because you realize he went over to North Korea and Okay, one thing about Dennis Rodman, to me, he's very personable. You like him. He feels like that dysfunctional friend that you have. I feel like everybody has a friend with some parts of Dennis Rodman. And he's unashamed. He talked about, I went there in my negligee. He doesn't care. He talks about everything. But you realize that he's speaking, he has a certain integrity, it seems to me. At least this is his memory of the event. Okay. Because he went to North Korea and he didn't read shit. He didn't know who he was meeting. He knew nothing about North Korea. And first you might not believe that, but after you watch him on the panel, you realize he did. He didn't know shit about North Korea. All and Dennis Rodman went over there. And so it's hilarious. So Dennis Rodman was one of the most entertaining of the speeches. Now, I can say on the political level, no, there was other things. But in terms of pure entertainment, okay, so let's take a look.
Let
me see, wait, hold.
Michael said, hell no. He said, hell no. Then they came with a second option, said, you think Dennis Rodman would come to North Korea? And this is the funny part. I say yes.
Why'd you say yes?
Because this is funny. Because I thought it was another paid gig. Just taking pictures, hanging out, and stuff like that. I knew nothing about North Korea. Nothing. I think I'm going to get signing autographs, taking pictures, holding babies and stuff like that.
So you didn't know it was a repressive dictatorship?
Didn't even know that.
You just thought it was just, let's go to Burma, let's go to North Korea, hey, whatever.
That was it.
Okay.
I was like, wow.
At what point did you realize, whoa, this is a different country?
People don't believe that. I
believe it.
Kind of slowly things. But that right there, it's cool though because I didn't know anything about it. But the week before I was going over there, people started enlightening me about the country. And only thing I knew about North Korea is about the movies.
Okay.
50s, 60s, and 70s movies about war and poverty and stuff like that. I started to watch that and get a good feel for it. But people say, wow, dude, I hope you come back, or I hope that nothing happens to you, I hope you don't get shot. And I'm like, really? I said, really, they do that over there? I said, I didn't know anything about that.
You didn't know the danger you were getting into.
No.
I love that.
And then when I landed in North Korea, everybody's looking out the window, silhouette guns, do this and this. So when I walked out, I think everybody was shocked because they had all the dictator leaders, all the leaders of North Korea lined up with a red carpet. I'm like, okay, I thought this was like a danger place. I should be entering this hellhole. So, okay, great. So I get off the plane, and they all pretty much bow down to me. I mean, literally like that. I mean, they're shaking hands and I'm going down here, so I go inside, red carpet. I sit in this big room, something like this, but half the size, and everybody's lying against the wall, like you see around the wall. I'm in the middle, and one of the dictators said, the leaders over there said, do you know whose seat did you sit in? So they started making it real funny. I said, no, that guy was interpreters and armies. He said, you sit in the seat with our leadership, he said. And I'm still being stupid as hell, right? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, okay, who's the leader? I don't know, right? I've never seen the guy. So anyway, I'm just sitting there being dumb, hoping that I can get educated real quick. So it's real quick, so it's like, all right, so everybody's having a good time. We're drinking vodka. So it's drinking vodka, drinking. And all of a sudden we go to the hotel, and we go to the hotel, and I'm staying, and I was trying to figure out who was the last president to ever go to North Korea. Do you know?
No.
I don't either.
This is
no, I don't know.
Diplomacy via Dennis Rodman.
Presidency, they went over there and I stayed in his suite. And this is big room, like 3,000 square foot balcony, stuff. So, and they asked me when I went in the room, they said, what do you like to drink? I said, Diet Coke. They looked at me so stupid. I said, it's Diet Coke. I said, Diet Coke. Diet Coke, Diet Coke. And the guy started interpreting to him. He said, Diet Coke? He said, no, we don't have Diet Coke. And he came back and said, oh, Coke Zero. Coke Zero. I said, well, same shit, damn it. Same thing. So I go back to the room, go work out. There's like 3 cases of Coke Zero in my room. And every morning when we get up, there's about 30 people sitting there eating breakfast. I mean, food everywhere. I mean, food, eyes can see.
Well, the nation is starving.
When did you meet Kim Jong-un in this?
Well, I met him.
Good, he's starving.
Actually, I met him at the hotel. One of the leaders of it said, we got a surprise for you. And, we go on there and sit, 30, 40 people, sitting on the table, food everywhere, drinks, stuff like that. And the head leader, underneath Kim Jong-un, came in and said, we got a surprise for you tomorrow night at the game. And I'm still playing like, I don't know, what are you talking about? What's going on? I never seen a picture of him at all. So I was playing a game in North Korea, and it was funny. He wanted me to play. I said, no, I'm not going to play. So I went, sat on the bench, and it's like 20,000 people dressed in black and white. So I'm sitting down doing this. I got sweatpants, a jacket, t-shirt, hat, glasses, whatever. And everybody's dressed up in suits, black and white. So all these guys come down, pick me up and say, come with me. We're gonna go over and sit up here. All right, so I go up there, and I'm sitting down, and we're 20 people here, 20 people there, they all dressed in suits, stone face from hell. That stuff's just stone face. And next thing you know, 20,000 people stood up and clapped. And I'm thinking it's for me.
And they clapped right?
I think it's for me.
Together,
I'm like, wow. I'm special, and the next thing you know, I look over to my left, it's come this short guy. And the short guy walks out like, that whole thing he does. So he walks out about 5'2", 3", and he walking down this way, and everybody's just standing up. I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down, everybody standing up. So he walks over here to his wife. So he comes to sit right here, like this close right here. And he comes to stand here. I get up like this, but he pulls me down. He said, all right. So he's up there waving. And I'm like doing this whole video, I'm doing this whole thing. I'm like this. Who is this guy? So who is this guy right here? Everybody's like loving. And
who's this guy?
As he's telling you to be seated. And I've never seen nothing like that in my life. I've never seen 20,000 people get so emotional.
Yeah, they got emotional, Dennis, because they better or the hammer's going to strike. The hammer's going to strike. But Vic, that whole panel, and people say, okay, Dennis Rodman at Politicon, why? Well, he was really just talking about, basketball diplomacy. Going to North Korea as a sports figure,
right,
and having the access. And it's amazing he basically shot, horse, whatever, with Kim Jong-un.
right.
They shot basketball.
Right.
And so then Dennis Rodman don't recognize him, doesn't stand where he enters the room, doesn't do any of the policy stuff. And really, now I don't think I would say, most of us, if we were going to another country for the first time, we may just read a little bit, just to, just a little bit.
No, man. No, see, I mean, I look at it and I go, okay, this is what, this is good. I think this is good for people. Now, that shows you that sometimes you have to do the opposite. So when I'm down at the Street Fest this past Saturday, I forgot what they officially call it, where it's thousands of people.
Taste of Soul.
Taste of Soul. So I'm thinking this way. Now, if you had to take Dennis Rodman, now you know Roland Martin, right?
Right.
He's a journalist. wouldn't you actually trade and go, well, Roland should be at Politicon because he's D.C., Washington journalist, and Dennis would be here. Guess what happened? And Roland Martin, I seen on stage, and he was framing himself like he's a comedian. So I'm not shocked. So if
I'm a satirist. You're
so
right,
just,
Vic. You're so right.
I'm just saying.
So wow. So that is an amazing observation that Roland Martin would be. They happen to occur at the same time. Street Taste of Soul, which is right here in the Crenshaw area. It's a big old outdoor food festival, was occurring Saturday at the same time that I was, down at Politicon, which is downtown at the convention center.
Yeah.
So that's still not all that far from each other either.
No. Which says, who are you catering to?
You could go back and forth by car or by...
Yeah, I mean, walking for us is walking right down the hill, but you look at the framing of it and say, okay, if somebody says, hey, Dennis Rodman's going to be at Politicon. I said, so what are you really more interested in learning? There's a difference between learning and hearing. And I got your point. Sincerity probably is the thing you came away with more than anything else.
I came away with well, first of all, this one was held here in Los Angeles. It was going to affect the content of the people there. But you had your Make America Great hats out there. You had your Trump supporters. You had Tucker Carlson and Coulter, other people on panels. So there was conservative panels for sure there also. Right. And a bunch of media-type personalities around everywhere. So, yeah, that was great. One of the things that Joy Reid did during her panel is she polled her audience on who they thought the next Democratic candidate for president. So who would be the Democratic candidate in 2020? Right. And amazingly, that Beto O'Rourke, as I had said, and that's not an endorsement. I made it clear that it was not an endorsement, but that Beto O'Rourke, to me, looked like the person who was at least starting out with a lead, other than Joe Biden, which is another thing.
You mean
as to being the candidate?
No women considered in the...
Kamala Harris was mentioned. There was at least one panelist who thought that she was the leading candidate. A lot of people liked Beto O'Rourke with Kamala Harris as the VP.
Doesn't Beto have to at least win in his Texas?
That was a discussion, so and people felt that even if he didn't win based on the amount of organizational thrust and push and being thrust into the national spotlight, that he would still be at least a contender.
Now, is there anything new, or is it just younger face? Anything new on this platform? I haven't been able to study him.
Well, I haven't studied him either.
All right.
So I don't know if there's anything new anywhere of this. It's a matter of which things they choose.
Right. See,
he came out. Well, give me some.
He got
because
money.
There was some issues the way he took a stand on the kneeling, and some other things.
Yes, he did.
That people were looking at. So he at least seems to be sensitive enough to appeal across some generations possibly, and get the younger participants involved. So that's one of the things. That was one of the, but that's just Joy Reid panel at Politicon. That doesn't mean that's even the way all of that is a distinctly liberal audience.
Yes, it is.
Now, Michael Avenatti, at the risk, this is 3 minutes and 40, I want you to at least see some of this.
There are millions of American people who have aged a decade in the 21 months of the Trump presidency. They're tired of the crazy tweets. They're tired of the bombastic comments. They're tired of watching norms being eroded on a daily basis. Why do you think, ultimately, Democrats in particular, and the American people in general, will want to see a knockdown, drag-out fight over the presidency.
Well, you're going to have it one way, whether people like it or not. You're going to have at least one party that is how they're going to conduct themselves, and that's how they're going to behave. We saw that in 2015. We saw it in 16, and that's what you're going to continue to see. One a fundamental problem with this president, with Donald Trump, is that he governs the same way that he campaigns. He has never taken the job seriously since he's been elected. He has forgot the idea that he's the president for all of the United States. He's supposed to be acting as a president for everyone in this room. He thinks that he's on a constant campaign, and whether you like it or I like it or Kathy likes it or whether you all like it, the bottom line is there's only one way that these tweets and this behavior and this conduct and this misogyny is going to end, and the only way it's going to end is if you displace Donald Trump from the White House of the United States.
Kathy Griffin, Michael Avenatti.
People here, but I will tell you that when I went to sleep on election night in 2016, I was disappointed to say the least. But I actually had hoped at that time that the office would change the man. I had hoped that Donald Trump would realize that he had now been elected to the United States, and it was time to elevate his behavior and begin to govern in an appropriate manner as a president of the United States. That's what I had hoped. We now know that he's incapable of that. We now know that he is trying to change the office of the presidency of the United States forever, and I don't believe that we can allow that to happen.
Michael Avenatti will be here.
After an answer like that, you know what the next question is. Are you running? Are you going to run? How far are you in your thinking about running for president of the United States?
Here is what I would say. I've been to 15 states across the country. I've been raising money for Democrats, assisting with Get Out the Vote. I'm going to go to another 8 or 9 between now and the midterm elections. I've been speaking in a number of events. I've been gauging enthusiasm. I've been very humbled by the outpouring of support that I've received. But here is what I'm very concerned about. When I look into the field of potential Democratic nominees, I see a number of very highly qualified, accomplished politicians, many of whom would make an exceptional president. However, what I don't see is many of whom could actually beat Donald Trump. And if you can't beat Donald Trump, you never get a chance to actually govern. I don't care how deep you are on policy. I don't care how much experience you have. And if anybody doubts that, all you have to do is look at the 2016 results. Donald Trump beat 16 to 17 very accomplished politicians, including the most qualified, whether you agree with her policies or not. Hillary Rodham Clinton was the most qualified individual to ever seek the office of the presidency of the United States. She was the most qualified, and guess what? After election night, she went home because she didn't beat Donald Trump. So the bottom line is the Democratic Party has no business nominating somebody that cannot beat Donald Trump.
So,
wow. So what do you guys? I don't know.
Oh, did he answer the question?
Kathy Griffin. Well,
He didn't
there's
answer the
more
question.
of it. You know, here's the thing that I learned for one, Vic.
What?
Bring the tripod stick. I have the selfie stick that turns into a tripod. I did not bring that
Oh, no.
because I wasn't sure what they were going to let you in.
Right.
But at this place, Vic, they look like they were letting you in
They have to.
with everything.
They need to.
Everything you could just imagine. Come on in, camera.
Yeah, no, look, I would have enjoyed you going, okay, gonna give you my rating. Did the message come across? And you just switch it and point. I would like your.
Well, for the stuff that's coming up, we're working on a more edited version.
Okay.
We got to add on top. What we have to do now is really add the commentary,
Right.
the post commentary, as I look back on the experience of the event. So that's what's coming.
Yeah, I know. I'm greedy.
Hey,
I'm
because
greedy.
of this segment, we're not going to do a regular news segment. Just a brief sort of update because of the length and extent of this. Main thing that's going on, we know in the news today. We wanted to get out the issue for the Politicon, but we're going to have a shortened news segment.
Oh, I know it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
you
coming.
guys. Hey, so this is a full show today. We've got the hot picks. We got the new sports. We got the marijuana for dummies. So there you go. Here we go. And we also have the latest slideshow animation. Here it is, and we'll be right back. Oh, where is that? Oh, there it is, and it's muted.
Been a long time since I spoke to you, and I know that there's no rhyme or reason to what you put me through. So I take your promises and all the memories, and I play them back 'cause I can't breathe. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream. You are the only reason, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream. You are all around me, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak to me. The times you came and you went away, I have learned to love no matter what you say. Though the world's a stage and we are standing round, we can change the way we live, let it out loud. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my plea. And you are the only reason, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream. You are all around me, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak to me. People grow and feelings show, and answers come when you're searching. When you're searching, and you are
Zombie Heat.
so captivating, and you are the answer to my plea. And you are the only reason, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak. And you are so captivating, and you are the answer to my dream. You are all around me, and I know I fall to pieces when you speak to me. And I know I fall to pieces when you speak to me.
This ain't Sound Body Heat. The lovely
And I know
Nico
I
Williams.
fall to pieces when you speak to me.
Victor Allen as the zombie. Yes. Loving it, you guys. Loving it. I told you today we're going to have a shortened segment in terms of news because we wanted to show you so much of the Politicon things that were going on because that is really one of the hot things going on. But the other hot thing that we're going to be dealing with just for a little bit, maybe even wait till next week, Vic.
What is that?
It's the whole evolving situation with Jamal Khashoggi and the diplomatic implications of people responding. You know, they are responding diplomatically because, as people are pointing out, these arms deals are not for the United States to make money.
Right.
They're to provide security for the world. So right now, things are happening as it relates to the Khashoggi situation where people are coming out and they're differing with the president. Even Lindsey Graham said this is a deal breaker. You know,
Really?
yeah.
Lindsey says this?
Lindsey basically said that. I mean, that's a paraphrase, but yeah, that this would be cause a disruption of flow, and that's what people are reminding. That's the part that was interesting. A number of people coming out saying these contracts are not to make money for the United States. They're to provide security for the world. And now that may not be the way the president views it. See, because the big first thing Donald Trump said was, well, this is, $180 billion defense contract. That's one of the first things he mentioned.
Did he say fake news? Oh, he didn't. He didn't use the term fake news on this one, right?
No. And now he's admitted that they, but now they're saying it was
Right.
a rogue group. A rogue group.
No. It's already
did it?
No.
Here's like PMC said, who brings a bone saw to a fist fight?
Fact. Look, all I was looking for was he going to go there and say fake news when somebody dies, and he stayed away from it.
No, he stayed away.
And how he feels about those who push the narrative of being able to say check and balances of what you do. How dare you question me? I am the king. So I'm just going, Lindsey said that? I said, oh, okay. Well, let's see how things roll around come in a couple of weeks. See how much of the campaign trail everybody who speaks up on. See if they take
November 6th is coming
I'm
up
just
sooner
saying,
than
man.
you think.
Okay.
So things are going to be happening. You're going to get the chance to see these events. I like to go on record by making my predictions in terms of things that are happening. Remember, you still haven't heard from Mueller. All these things are evolving. You're going to have a really, really hot end to this year.